Today is day 42. We're on this 100-day Kingdom Fitness journey. And I'm going to admit that for the last week, I haven't felt very fit. I know that scriptures make it clear that I possess all the blessings that God has to offer. And one of those is healing. But the facts are kind of tough this week. I know that as I hang in there, the truth is going to overcome the facts, that by Christ's stripes I am healed. The way I feel today, and I have for the last week, is not going to be the way that I continue to feel forever. So this is just kind of a real practical sharing today, and the times in which we don't feel or see or think those things which are truths, the days that we're not experiencing what we know we possess, those are the days when we have to walk by faith and obedience. So that's what I'm doing today, walking it out. Not very fast, but I'm walking it out. I'm not going to try to say any verses from memory right now because my brain's kind of fuzzy. But I will talk just a minute about these verses that we've been memorizing, and it's just so interesting to me that the psalmist mentioned that we as human beings, men and women, were created just a little lower than Elohim. And there's no contextual reason whatsoever that certain versions translate that into the word angels. My personal belief is it's just a bias on the part of the translators because it's so difficult in this fallen world for us to see ourselves as being just a little lower than God. And yet, when you go back to the garden again, and we do that a lot in these videos, and I do that a lot in my blog, you have to go back where it all started. God created Adam and Eve in His likeness and His image, set them as perfect people in a perfect environment with a perfect Father. And He created them just a little lower than Himself. We were created in the same class of being as our Heavenly Father. We were not created as angels. We don't become angels when we die. We were created as spiritual beings, living souls, talking spirits, in the same class of being as our Heavenly Father. So that just is amazing to me. And especially, again, on a day like today when my mind and my body are screaming out, my spirit has to scream even louder and say, it doesn't matter what you see, it doesn't matter what you think, it doesn't matter how you feel. You were created just a little lower than God. And that's why He's mindful of us. That's why He visits us. Let that one sink in. He visits us. You know, we're always looking for a move of God. We're always trying to hear the voice of God. And I'm convinced that God is always moving. And He's always speaking. It's not that we have to get Him to move or to speak. We have to learn how to sense His movements and how to hear Him speak. It's not getting God to do anything. It's getting on board with what He's already done. That's the key to success in the Christian life. It's not crying out to somehow get our Father to care about our needs as much as we do. No, He cares more about us than we do. That's why He sent His Son Jesus. It's all about us getting on board with Him. And if we move with Him, and if we hear Him, then we can be like Jesus, who said very clearly that He only did what the Father does, and He only spoke what the Father speaks. That's what I want in my life. That's when things start happening. So tomorrow we'll pick it up again with memorizing Psalm 8. In the meantime, just realize you were created just a little lower than Elohim, God the Father. Be blessed and be a blessing.